New research out of Stanford University could be the answer to what doctors have been seeing since the beginning of the pandemic. A new study suggests that some people are at a higher risk of severe symptoms because of the way COVID-19 infects certain cells. News 9's Erica Rankin breaks it all down.
So it's been thought that obesity worsens the risk for COVID because people with obesity are more likely to have diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and sometimes just the amount of fatty tissue in the abdomen that presses up on the diaphragms makes it more difficult to expand the lungs.
Dr. Stan Schwartz, Chief Executive Officer for Well OK, says there's one issue with that thought doctors haven't been able to understand.
One puzzling fact about this pandemic has been there's no one certain BMI that you have to cross to get into that stage where you have more risk.
But Dr. Schwartz says a new study may have the answer.
First of all, they got fatty tissue from persons who had died from COVID. And they also took fatty samples from living persons taken during surgery from healthy people who didn't have COVID. And they tried to infect those fat cells in the laboratory with the COVID virus.
Research is still early, but data does support it.
It turns out that the COVID virus actually infects certain cells that are in fatty tissue.
Dr. Schwartz says this could be a big breakthrough in understanding more about the virus.
This may be the explanation for why the risk of severe infection seems to be proportionate to the amount of extra adipose or fatty tissue that somebody carries.
He says this could also be linked to why some people have long-lasting COVID side effects. But he says more research will need to be done to connect the two.
It's going to make a difference in recognition of what treatment's necessary and hopefully to be able to eradicate any reservoir of COVID you may have in your body after the respiratory symptoms go away.
Erica Rankin, Oklahoma's Own, News 9.